Command codes verified. Priority 1 message from Starfleet coming in on secured channel.
I'm appalled.
Actually, I would argue someone needs to be hired.
Well,
by
okay,
CBS.
that's probably more. That's more probably true. Probably no one's job to promote this.
Well, you know what's great? Your excitement and thrilling outbursts of excitement were all for naught because
Your excitement, exciting, and thrilling
Artfully
outbursts
worded,
of
sir.
excitement.
Artfully.
because I had you muted. Sorry, I had everybody muted. I had us
Oh
all muted.
no!
What?
Oh, so instead they got a bunch of silence and you going, "You're exciting."
They got
and...
what everybody got.
this works.
What everybody
Bueller.
got. No, what everybody got was a
Bueller.
silent film of you going.
Right. Yeah, we need to have the cue card thing to go. Tony babbles for a minute.
Well then, hello captains, and welcome to the live broadcast recording of episode 470 of Priority 1, a Roddenberry Star Trek podcast. I want to thank everybody for joining us on this Tuesday evening, July 21st. Lots of people in the chat I see, like Tracy Coco. Hi, Tracy. Jamal, Ed.
Hi,
Advisory Panda. Tracy, did you see?
Hi, Jamal.
Tracy, did you see our cosplay cabaret that we did? The whole Geek Lives rule. Lawrence put together a cosplay cabaret for virtual TrekCon over this last Friday, and I hope you got a chance to see me singing. I was singing in character. I hope you got a chance to catch that, Tracy. I hope everyone did. I'm gonna put a link in.
I was about to say, and everyone else.
Well, I do because I see Ed and Jamal there, and I'm like, yeah, okay, they saw. I know they saw it. They were there. So.
Nice. Please link because I totally want to see that.
Yes, I shall.
It's
Jamal's
pretty good.
Like, everybody needs to see that tonight. Maybe by the end of the night. Jamal, do me a favor, please. Can you grab me a link to the YouTube wherever it lives, please, on YouTube? If I could bother you so much, please, Jamal.
And please, for the love of God, Rickroll everybody.
Never gonna give you up. All right.
I'd say there's some inspired eyebrow work in the.
Oh, you know what? I could play
There's some
the.
inspired
I could play the video. I could play the because I saved it. I do have it locally, so I could play the video. Just mine, at least. We wouldn't be able to do the whole thing, but. Yeah.
It'd give me time to watch the end of Space Force 2.
Thank you, Ed. Thank you.
Is
All
it
right.
Space Force? I thought it was not Space.
Sorry, Star Force. Star Force.
Oh, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
You're
sorry,
crossing
Space
the
Force
streams,
is the,
man.
There's already
yeah.
a Space.
Space Force is not only a sub-department of the Air Force now, and a Steve Carell Netflix show,
Right.
but it's also my confusion. So. Yeah.
All right.
There's
Why don't
that
we
as
jump
well.
into a show, shall we?
I suppose.
All right. I'm gonna hit the
You
big red
first.
button for intro. Tony, why don't you read the cold open in 3, 2, 1. This is Elio intro sync 1.
This is Cat intro sync 2.
This is Tony intro sync 3.
This is Skiffy intro sync 4.
Intro in 3, 2, 1.
This week on episode 470 of Priority 1, we trek out what James McAvoy plans to do with his scent, lower decks announcements, discoveries, and what Star Trek adjacent projects to keep an eye out for, today and in the future. In Star Trek Gaming, we share with you which game developers are taking action for a more equitable future.
Intro in 3, 2. Hello, Captains. You're listening to episode 470 of Priority 1, a Roddenberry Star Trek podcast. Your weekly recap and review of all the major news happening in the Star Trek multiverse. This episode was recorded live on Tuesday, July 21st, 2020, and available for download or streaming on Friday, July 24th at PriorityOnePodcast.com. I'm Elio.
I'm Cat.
And I'm Tony.
And in our audio booth is our chief engineer, Skiffy.
Hello, everybody.
Banter, no banter.
Did you guys... How was this last week for you all, guys?
I had a tiring week. I was tired. But now I'm fine. I'm all better now. I got over it.
Good. Skiffy, Cat?
Yeah. Oh, I went to the grocery store. That was my big event.
Okay.
How many layers of Tyvek were you wearing? And was it just around the head and neck, or
Yeah,
did,
I
the
got
whole full
a
body?
whole suit now.
Oh, okay, good.
all
'Cause you're in
good.
Texas. You need that.
Yeah. It's air conditioned.
It's like one of the Disney costumes. He's got a fan in the back blowing air in.
Yeah.
Skiffy, how'd you do?
And I ordered groceries online.
Excellent.
Nice.
Excellent.
Well, I mean, Tyvek suits are hard to come by, so yeah, you can't get them everywhere.
Yeah, there's a shortage now.
Sure.
I ordered myself a brand new computer desk that is a transformer. It goes from sitting to standing. I'm excited.
It
Robots
doesn't
in
change to an
disguise.
aircraft carrier?
It does not change into Starscream, no.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, moving on.
Well, that's
Disappointing.
exciting.
No, don't
ergonomic and
sugarcoat
all
it.
that.
Any other acquisitions recently?
No.
Okay, fair.
That was it.
Well, where did you get your groceries?
ShopRite. ShopRite
Okay,
from
all
home.
right. Yeah, okay, see everything. So I didn't
Nice,
pick
I'm
up
glad.
myself.
Tempest Fusion. All right, good. Thank you.
Good.
I got myself
There,
an
so-
uplift.
Well, that was
version too.
that was some real quality banter, everybody. I'm glad we took time for that. I'll go ahead and continue on with the show notes then.
That'd be good. Thank you.
Before we jump into the news, we want to invite you to join in on the weekly conversations, whether via social media platforms like Facebook.com/Priority One Podcast, on Twitter or Instagram at Priority One Pod, or by email to incoming@PriorityOnePodcast.com.
Captains, maintaining these features, unfortunately, is not free. We do rely on the generous donations and contributions by our patrons over at patreon.com. There, you can offer a monthly contribution from anywhere between $1 or upwards to whatever you'd like. However, we do have specific tiers where we try to reward you as best we can. For instance, at just $5, chat with us throughout the week on our dedicated Captain's Table Discord channel. Or for $10, you get 4 bonus episodes of Priority One Podcast, featuring this month Dr. Robert Hurt. So be sure to check us out over at patreon.com/Priority One Pod. Let's sweep out.
Sorry. I was thinking about seeing if I could see the comment tonight. But anyway. Now let's check out the latest news from the Star Trek multiverse.
All right, everybody hit stop.
Have you guys seen the comet yet?
I have not. Every night has been overcast. Yeah.
Yeah, it's overcast here today, so I guess that won't be a good day for it.
Yeah, we've had waves of storms every night for the last few days, so it's been impossible to see.
Aren't you guys having a heat wave
Friday,
out on the
July-
East Coast?
We're having a heat wave now.
Yeah. What was the temperature today?
Today, 100. At least felt like 100. I felt like 100 and something.
His internal
Actually,
monitor said
When I was
it
in the
might
car,
have been hotter
no.
there.
Well, when
yeah.
I was in the car, the outside
yeah.
temperature was 100.
I'm like, well, it's 100 here every day, but actually today it was only in the 90s, so it's probably hotter there than it was here.
So I put the link to the thank you who put it there? Ed. Thank you, Ed, for putting the link to the cabaret. It is currently there. I reshared it with everybody. You are more than welcome to go check it out. I'm going to give you a sneak peek right now. This is ultimately what it looks like, okay? I took long walks in the park and mixed it in with me singing the song. Thank you to Jake, Tony, Allison for helping write it. Thank you so very much.
You're welcome.
But yeah, I think it turned out pretty cool. Except, of course, you see, here's the thing, man. When I'm at my lowest weight, I'm not doing anything that requires me to be on camera or on stage in costume.
You're saying the camera
Never.
added 10 pounds.
Never.
Just
No,
get
I'm
over it.
saying,
Just
no,
get to it.
no. I'm saying the COVID-19. I have been hit with the COVID-19. The 19 pounds that COVID pandemic has brought.
So the
I have
camera added
gained-
19 pounds.
The
I have gained the
quarantine
COVID-19.
pounds.
The quarantine.
Quarantine pounds.
Yes.
We all got them.
And there was nothing quite like putting on that very tight jacket and going,
I can't.
I want to
yeah.
cry a little bit. It was
Yeah.
fat guy in a
The
little,
little coat. Yeah.
That's
You know that picture?
what
You know the
happened.
picture of us at that? I think it was maybe the 2016 convention. Well, you got your that jacket, that Star Trek
Yeah.
Online jacket,
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah,
in the
yeah.
Monster Maroon.
Yeah.
Not happening. That we cannot recreate that picture. It is not.
No.
That is not
oof.
the thing that is happening.
Look, man, I am determined to get back down under 200, man. Determined.
You,
and
you got to play more Beat Saber in VR.
That's what I have to do, man. A lot more Beat Saber, the whole 9 yards, man. I gotta just
Borrow one
shut
of my
off,
dogs to run around with.
No, thank you.
Dog walking.
Hey, Johnny. So anyway, that's where that video is from the Cosplay Cabaret from over the weekend. If you are interested, I'll put the link again in the chat. But yeah, check it out. Put together by Lawrence of Geek Life Rules. That was really fun. So thank you for including me in that, Lawrence. And yeah, everybody seemed to have a good time with it. All right, I'm gonna hit the big red button for Trek It Out in 3, 2, 1. This is Elio, Trek It Out, Sync 1.
This is Kat. Check it out. Sync 2.
This is Tony. Check it out. Sync 3.
This is Skiffy. Check it out. Sync 4.
Trek It Out in 3, 2. Captains, we've been down this road before. We've asked you to pick any other actor to take on the role of someone like Sir Patrick Stewart's Jean-Luc Picard. Who would you pick to play a young Picard? Tony, who would you pick?
There's only one choice, Elio. But
Well,
I don't want to
Yes,
spoil it.
Don't spoil the flow I'm having here.
I'm not
give me a
gonna.
random name. Tony, who do you think would play a good Picard?
Oh, I absolutely think. I can't get his name out of my head.
All right, damn it.
Hold on.
Never mind.
Okay, all right. No, that's all right. Sorry, I got it. I absolutely got it. Woody Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson. Interesting
Yeah.
choice. Interesting
Yeah, 'cause-
choice. Okay.
Yeah.
Kat, who would you pick?
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Interesting, right?
Skiffy.
Sure.
I got nobody. How
Fair
about
Sean
enough.
Connery. Go with safe choice. Sean Connery
Sean
Ooh.
Connery.
Sean
Ron
Connery
Perlman.
as Picard?
as young Picard. Absolutely, he could do that. He could do it.
Ron Perlman says Advisory Panda in the chat. You know, we've had people like
All obvious choices.
We've had people like David Tristan Birkin playing a de-aged Picard in the TNG episode Rascals. Tom Hardy got to go at Picard's Tom Hardy got a go at it as Picard's dastardly clone in the forgettable Star Trek Nemesis. Corey Stoll from House of Cards has the look of David Tennant of Doctor
And
Who.
David,
No,
and David Tennant.
I don't want any of this.
Corey Stoll from House
Yeah,
of
yeah,
Cards
yeah.
looked and David Tennant has an accent.
But according to one Picard hopeful, he is the only choice. Who would that be? Well, none other than young Professor Xavier himself, James McAvoy. Sitting down virtually with late-night host Jimmy Fallon, James McAvoy responded to the question of whether or not he would consider playing a young Picard, saying, quote, and there will be an excerpt. After vowing to be Picard, even if it was on a phone-shot movie a la his Star Trek spoof Star Force, Sci-Fi Solation, McAvoy painted a picture...
I think you got to do that one again. You got to do that. That sounded stilted.
After vowing to be Picard, even if it was on a phone-shot movie a la his Star Trek spoof Star Force, Sci-Fi Solation. Was that better for you, Tony?
You took it from here,
I'm
and
glad.
then you went to here.
I'm
I
glad.
mean,
I'm
it
glad.
was, it was,
I'm glad. I'm glad I can.
Actually,
I
I'm
can
going
make
to rephrase it. You were here, and this is where we were looking for, and then you went to here.
I'm glad I can make you proud on your show, Tony. I'm glad I can make you proud on your show.
You listen to it back in editing, and you'll see I'm right. You'll be like, I'm really glad he stopped me there because that one is not my best work. You'll see. You'll thank me. You'll thank me.
McAvoy painted a picture with his words, saying, quote, end quote. To watch the full interview, which covers the aforementioned Star Force, his charity efforts, and other projects, be sure to check out our show notes. So, did you guys catch this Star Force Sci-Fi Solation?
So part of our homework was to watch that Jimmy Fallon clip, and it was fine. It was good. It was funny. Clearly, James McAvoy has a sense of humor about himself, and you know how to handle being in isolation. And then I went and watched the clips. Gold, absolute gold. These Star Force things. They're shot in vertical iPhone, like the world's crappiest movies always are. But he's got like really good actors doing this in their houses, and they clearly understand like the sci-fi tropes and are just playing off them to the hilt. And it is brilliant.
Not only that, it was well edited. They had a pretty great use of sound effects. I noticed the ding of a microwave being finished thrown in every once in a while, and they had a Wilhelm scream, which is great.
It's exactly what happens when no one has the tools at home, right? There's no set construction. Not everybody has like fancy green screens. You don't have days and weeks of post-production available to you. It's what happens when people with like talent and skill and passion are like left with like stone knives and bear skins, and this is what they come up with. I mean, they cut off little F's on sticky notes and tape them to their shirts for their badges and stuff. It's just, and there's
amazing.
a sequel. There's a Star Force 2, and it's even better than the first one.
Here's the thing: is that goes a long way, man. That goes a long way. The fact that this is so rudimentary filmmaking, you know, and very no budget at all. And then by comparison, you have this platform now called Quibi or something like that, which is like short, super short, like under 5-minute films that are like budget breakers. And I'm sure some of those things might be fun to watch. There might be some interesting content on there, but sometimes you just can't beat a good cell phone and the shoestrings from your shoes and a paper towel roll for something.
Did you guys see the Princess Bride one? That was the last of Carl Reiner at the end, but like all these actors recreating Princess Bride. That was
I did see that. That was fun.
so that was hilarious and well done, and they all had their costumes, and it was a bunch of different people. Yeah, I think the quarantine has brought out some people's serious creative sides when you're stuck at home.
So the history is that Elijah Wood, when he was auditioning for the part of Frodo in The Lord of the Rings, like filmed himself in his backyard being Frodo, and sent that in for his audition tape.
Oh,
and
nice!
It knocked everybody out. This is James McAvoy's Frodo moment. If he does, they need to make Star Trek Stargazer, and he needs to star in it for.
That's
sure.
right. I was gonna lead you into that. Damn it.
Right,
You didn't even have to go there.
I was already there.
We arrived naturally on our own without the guiding hand.
Didn't need a segue or nothing. It was just there.
Don't question the guiding hand of Elio. Don't question the Cuban overlord's guiding hand here. Okay, don't. But that
and by
leads
the way,
us to.
oh, I was just gonna say my favorite part was by far the away team monster that they had to escape from.
A little dog. Yeah, that was cute. Well, that leads us to our first community question this week. Who would be your choice to play a young Sir Patrick as a Picard? Your answer should be James McAvoy, but if you can think of somebody else that you think might fit the role better, then be sure to share it with us. Let us know in the comments section for this episode at PriorityOnePodcast.com or by replying to our social or by replying to our community question post on our social media channels like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
So I totally want to do an Aussie like all aboard right now, but I don't know that I could pull it off.
He did the sci-fi isolation. You can do it. Give it a shot.
Mean,
we can fix it in
it's like
post.
right there. I mean, it's all aboard.
No, you got. We need a little more.
You gotta bring it down. You gotta go all aboard.
No. It's from
that's
Crazy Train.
not Aussie at
It's from Crazy Train.
Oh,
It's all aboard from Crazy Train.
I can't do it. Now I've psyched myself out. I can't do it.
Oh.
Well, yeah, I mean, all aboard like that. Yeah. Well, anywho.
we need more raw. We need more like.
Say,
I can't-
just
yeah,
start
I
from
can't
the
do it.
lower decks hype train. That we're gonna use that all aboard that you just did.
Oh, great. The Lower Decks hype train is leaving the station. Star Trek's first animated series in 46 years is set to debut on August 6th, and the folks at CBS want the world to know about it. Last week, we got our first look at the trailer for the series, which we talked about in episode 469 of Priority One. And this week, we get 4 new screenshots and a new recurring character announcement. On July 15th, 3 of the 4 new photos were released through fan sites like Trek Movie and Trek Core, and feature our scrappy heroes at work and play. The 4th screenshot came. I love that. Whoops. The 4th. Damn it. Hold on. The 4th screenshot came on July 20th with the exclusive deadline announcement that Black Monday's Paul Scheer would play Lieutenant Commander Andy Billups, the chief engineer on the USS Cerritos. In the still, we see the chief engineer, a smiling middle-aged man with a mustache, poking away at an engineering console while speaking to Ensign Rutherford. Hold on. I lost my place. In regards to Sheer, the actor-comedian isn't new to voiceover work, having done voices for Cartoon Network's Adventure Time and Netflix's decidedly adult Big Mouth, as well as Fox's? Is it Fox's, plural? Fox?
Foxes, yeah.
And Netflix's decidedly adult Big Mouth, as well as Fox's Seth MacFarlane-helmed American Dad and others. To have a look at the screenshots as well as read a bit more about Paul Scheer, check out the show notes. Who was he in Adventure Time?
That's what I was looking up. He's Toronto.
Toronto? I need to
Is
watch
that the
some more
horse?
Adventure Time. Nah, that's like Crazy Ed or something like that.
Yeah.
This seems undoubtedly like it's going to be a very adult show. Much like Rick and Morty, right? Rick and Morty being that kids happen to watch it. Like I remember I was talking with somebody who had kids and they're like, yes, I let my kids watch it. I was like, what? You let your children watch that show? Oh, why? Is it bad? Yeah, it's very adult. Very, very, very adult. And I don't mind that necessarily because I think about what happened with Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty, adults, I'd say adults over 28 stumbled upon it, right? Because their kids were watching it and they didn't really know what was happening or what they were watching. It's like the Ren and Stimpy of our day, of my day.
Oh my God, that's yeah.
So
that's unfortunate.
So
I love Trinity.
we're going to.
I did too, but it was wrong to like it back then.
But here's the thing here's the difference is that Lower Decks is going to be behind a paywall in the United States at the very least, right? So will Lower Decks reach that younger audience and trick parents into letting their kids watch this? Will it have the same impact that Rick and Morty did, being behind a paywall, as opposed to Rick and Morty, which was on cable television, Cartoon Network, and way more accessible to the masses?
This is the opposite that's being marketed. So, I mean, if people don't know that a new Star Trek cartoon is out, that means that the marketing people have not done their job. So, I mean, it's kind of the opposite of a Rick and Morty. This is going to be, why don't you tune into Lower Decks? Come on.
Because you have
told
to
you
pay
all about
for
it.
I think
Well, but doesn't
that's the key. That's the linchpin here, right? Is the fact that it's behind a paywall. That's the problem with this, is that it's behind a paywall. So when it's behind a paywall, will it be able to reach the potential audience?
The potential audience is people who let their subscriptions lapse when Picard stopped. I mean, that's I don't think they're going to bring new people to CBS All Access with this. I think they're going to bring back people who let their subscriptions lapse from Star Trek Picard. Because the strategy here is to always have some new Star Trek on All Access so that people keep subscribing month to month.
Yeah, because they're not subscribing for other shows. I mean,
Right.
they don't have anything else to watch. Sorry,
I actually think
Skippy.
they will bring. No, that's right. I actually think they will bring a new audience to this. I think people that do like Rick and Morty will see clips of this posted to social media like they do with every show, and they'll go, "Oh, that looks pretty funny," and might give it a shot. Now, CBS All Access gives you a free trial,
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
so that's what makes it accessible. Is you sign up for the 7-day free trial, and if you like it, you keep subscribing, or you forget to unsubscribe, or whatever your case may be.
Or it's too hard to unsubscribe. You're like, how do I even do that?
Ah, yes, the AOL approach.
You're
Absolutely.
right.
All right, we can move on to the next one.
The cancellation or postponement of conventions in 2020 due to COVID-19 is a thing, but it has started a bit of a movement, the Virtual Con. This week, starting on July 15th, Deep Space Nine star and Seventh Rule podcast host Cyril Lofton spearheaded the free virtual TrekCon, a 5-day convention that hosted stars and crew from across the Star Trek multiverse. On Sunday, July 19th, moderator Ryan Husk sat down with the stars of Star Trek Discovery, and though no big spoilers were dished, we did get a few interesting nuggets for the dipping in the Trek sauce. Husk was joined by Doug Jones as well as Linus David Benjamin Tomlinson Sirana, Hannah Spear, and Dr. Pollard's Raven Dowda.
I would say Dowd.
Dowd. Okay. And Dr. Pollard's Raven Dowda. In an exchange with David Tomlinson, who has played Klingons and Kelpians, among others, Doug Jones revealed that everyone's favorite Saurian will be back for Season 3. Quote, some stuff here that we'll put in post. End quote. In speaking about Linus's eating habits, Tomlinson and Jones tease a little about Linus's screen time, saying, quote, funny moment from a clip goes here. End quote. Hannah Spear, who played Saru's sister Sirana, may have hinted that Sirana could return in another iteration of Star Trek. Think Strange New Worlds or maybe Section 31. When moderator Ryan Husk asked Spear if she was aware of that possibility, she replied, quote, with a hint. End quote. To be fair, the audio clip doesn't explain the claim of a spoiler, but in the video, she follows up her statement with a few big Groucho Marx waggle eyebrow moves. The panel is just under an hour and really highlights the love all the people involved with. And really highlights the love all the people involved with all the people involved with this
for me, please.
The panel is just under an hour and really highlights the love all the people involved with Discovery share for one another. You'll also get some insight into how Sirana. You want me to bring it? I was here, and you need me to go to here?
You're talking about love, but I don't hear love in your voice.
You need is that what you need from me?
It was very lawyer. It was very you were reading a deposition. It was so.
Do you need me to bring the love, Elio? I will bring you the love.
This just took a turn.
I think that's what he meant.
I'm here.
Stay tuned for Priority 1 After Dark.
I need to light some candles. Hold on.
Hey Tony, why don't you just bring it up about 15% there?
Yeah, bring it up about 50%, Squirrely Dan. Okay, here we go.
Hi, Poppy.
Okay, here we go. The panel is just under an hour and really highlights the love all of the people involved with Discovery share for one another. You'll also get some insight into how Sirana's character was created.
Go back and give it
what?
to me. You're okay. So
I thought that was great.
You started here.
Let's see what the chat room has to say.
Then you gave me here, and now I need kind of like right here.
Oh, you want me to go in the middle?
I want you to be right in the middle of that.
Take the 50%. They have about 7 or 8. Okay.
I've heard people say.
Okay, here we go. Take 3. Or take 6 probably at this point. The panel is just under an hour and really highlights the love all the people involved with Discovery share for one another. You'll also get some insight into how Sirana's character was created, Tomlinson's love of prosthetics, and how Raven Dowda would love to be the chief medical officer of Discovery. You can give it a watch by checking out our show notes.
Advisory Panda, did you just call me Poppy?
I got to give a shout out to everybody over at Virtual TrekCon for putting all of this together. The name that kept coming up for me time and time again was Anne-Marie Siegel. She seemed to have been the person in the weeds reaching out to everybody to put together the schedule. I don't know. I am positive and certain that so many more people were involved and helped. And it was an honor and privilege to work with Lawrence of Geek Life Rules over in New York City to put together the virtual cosplay cabaret. I didn't do anything to put it together. I submitted my video, and it was just phenomenal. It was phenomenal performances by passionate geeks and nerds just like us. We'll have links to the cosplay cabaret, virtual cosplay cabaret in our show notes. So I encourage you to check that out. I had a nice time doing a parody rendition of Stars written by Tony Hunter and Ali.
I don't get first credit on that one.
Jake, of course. So it was definitely a team effort here at Priority One Podcast to put together that parody, and it was super fun. Be sure to check it out. Links, of course, will be in the show notes.
Jake started it.
You did.
Jamal Taylor. I wish it was Henry Cavill's PC build.
Oh, I
That
just
was a
went
good
off on
video.
I just went off on a
Look,
tangent.
I'll watch Henry Cavill do whatever.
Here, let's split this. Tony, do you mind reading this?
It's got done.
All right, Kat.
What? What
Do you
am I
want to
reading?
read this or Tony?
I don't care.
Oh, I don't care.
All right.
I did the last one, so
All right,
rotation
Kat, why
should
don't
be
you do
somebody
that?
else.
All right. It's been a while since we've had new Star Trek. We're not complaining, really, but the final episode of Picard aired back in March, and since then, nothing. Well, this week saw a bunch of news cross our feed about Star Trek stars and other upcoming roles or mediums, so we figured we'd share them with you now so that you'd have them for, the next 5-month drought. Drought? Damn it.
Dowda.
Let's do it again. Well, this week saw a bunch of news cross our feed. Is it feed or feeds plural?
Feed.
I don't know.
Sure.
Feeds.
Pick one.
I don't
Go
know.
with what
Okay.
feels good
Feeds.
for you.
Feeds.
Yeah, okay. Well, this week saw a bunch of news cross our feeds about Star Trek stars and other upcoming roles or mediums, so we figured we'd share them with you now. Damn it.
Not use. Use people, use guys needed some Star
Listen,
Treks, huh?
It was the Utes.
Is the Utes, the two Utes.
You're out of order. Well, this week saw a bunch of news cross our feeds about Star Trek stars and other upcoming roles or mediums, so we figured we'd share them with you now so that you'd have them for, the next 5-month drought. A new documentary featuring Nichelle Nichols' role in NASA's recruiting program, which focuses on women and people of color since... Dang, that is not what that says. A new documentary featuring Nichelle Nichols' role in NASA's recruiting program, which focuses on women and people of color, has struck a distribution deal with Shout Studios. The film, titled Women in Motion, will feature interviews with friends, colleagues, experts, and Star Trek stars. It's expected to release in 2021. If you're itching for something this moment and are in the mood for a bit of a downer, HBO's documentary Showbiz Kids is out now with stories from Wesley Crusher himself, Will Wheaton. According to HBO's website description, quote, Showbiz Kids offers an unvarnished look at the high-risk, high-reward business of working as a child actor in the entertainment industry. Written and directed by former child actor Alex Winter of Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure and The Panama Papers, the film's... Dang. The film let me start over. Hold on. The film chronicles the shared experiences of prominent... Today is just awesome. The film chronicles the shared experiences of prominent former child stars and the personal and professional price of fame and failure on a...
Yeah, failure on it. Yeah, that doesn't.
Yeah.
That's an awkward. It's a quote, so you got to read it, but it's awkward.
Yeah, okay. The film chronicles the shared experiences of prominent former child stars and the personal and professional price of fame and failure on a child. End quote. Did they interview Drew Barrymore? Because I feel like no child acting show is complete without that.
But they interviewed Matilda.
Are we cutting the rest of that?
Oh, it's me. Sorry, my bad. Looking for something a little lighter and don't mind. Oh, my bad, guys. Sorry. There we go. Looking for something a little lighter and don't mind waiting about a week. The long-awaited Unbelievable is set for its streaming release on August 1st. The sci-fi comedy sports a team of American-style marionette.
Team America.
Team
As in,
America.
Got it,
as in
got
Team
it.
America World Police.
Got it. Sorry, give me a moment. All right.
Freedom costs $1.05.
Freedom ain't free.
Costs $1.05.
Okay. Looking for something a little lighter and don't mind waiting around a week? The long-awaited Unbelievable is set for its streaming release on August 1st. The sci-fi comedy sports a Team America-style marionette, Snoop Dogg, and over 40 Star Trek alumni. To go along with the release, there will be events all day. We'll post a link in the show notes if you want to check them out, of course.
I'm going to stop you for 1 second just there. You may or may not want this, but you might want to do the long-awaited Unbelievable is set for its streaming release one more time. It sounded squishy. You might want a second choice.
Okay.
It is.
Looking for something a little lighter and don't mind waiting about a week? Looking for something a little lighter and don't mind waiting about a week? Well, the long-awaited Unbelievable is set for its streaming release on August 1st. Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay. And finally, a little casting news. Star Trek's Kelvin Spock, Zachary Quinto, has been cast in the Amazon Prime animated series Invincible. Based on the graphic novel of the same name, the story follows the son of Earth's greatest superhero, not Superman. As the young man begins to manifest powers, he starts his own adventures to varying degrees of success. Quinto will play a superhero named Robot, an ally to the protagonist, Mark Grayson. Invincible is from the same author that wrote the Walking Dead graphic novels, and the series is set for release at the end of 2020. Well, there you have it. Bookmark our show notes so you don't forget any of these releases.
Well, Zachary Quinto is tailor-made for this role, isn't he? Given that he got his start on Heroes.
Oh,
Yeah,
very
I was gonna
true. Yeah,
say.
that's a good point.
Yeah.
Good
He
point.
was the bad guy in Heroes, not the side.
I know, and he was awesome.
He was
He
so
was
good.
good.
So good.
Yeah, he was real good as the bad guy on it. But that Unbelievable movie, that they were at one of the conventions. I think it was the 50th anniversary one. So this movie's been in post-production hell for a long time. So it's finally going to come out. But they were giving away free T-shirts, and it's still one of my wife's very favorite ones. But she doesn't ever wear it outside the house because the tagline on it is "Live long and prosper," and right underneath it in 86-point font, whatever, says "my ass." So she doesn't wear it around, but it's one of her favorite shirts. So that gives you kind of a hint of what the movie will be about.
You had me at Snoop Dogg. I'm in. Totally gonna watch that.
This show is almost
And
almost
puppets.
believable.
Almost believable.
All right, somebody sweep us up, please.
Well, Captains, that's all the news we have to check out this week. Now let's find out what happened in the world of Star Trek gaming.
Everybody hit stop. Everybody was kung fu fighting. Man, when is Zen 4 coming out? Come on.
What?
The new AMD processors.
Oh.
Zen 4. Zen 3?
Zen
Zen 3, I think
3,
it's-
Gen 4. Sorry. Stupid naming.
Well, eventually they'll run out of numbers and have to start over again.
No, then they go to hexadecimal, and it's A.
Right.
No bloody A, B, C.
That's right. I want the Ryzen 1701.
That's right. There you go.
All right. 3. EP 470.
So I ordered donuts, or I was trying to order donuts from this place called Hertz Donut. Like somebody thumps you and they go, Hertz Donut. You want a Hertz Donut? What? And then they thump you into Hertz Donut. But it's an actual place called Hertz Donut. And I looked up their phone number, and it was a West Wichita prefix, and then the last four digits were 1701. And I'm like,
Oh, nice.
how was that number available for anyone? Why didn't a Trek person pay the phone company to have that number? I don't understand why
Everybody
a donut
look
shop got that.
Everybody contact your providers and see if the 1701
Right.
is available.
See if 1701. I don't know why some Star Trek fan didn't
funny
snap that up.
story. I used to work for the phone company, and assigning phone numbers was kind of automatic, but if you knew someone at the telephone number assigning place, you could, you know, if they were really nice to you, request like to give you a special number. No one ever requested 1701 though. I had other requests, but
If you meet me at the quick shop in 30 minutes with a small brown paper bag filled with unmarked bills, you know, we can see what we can do about that.
I remember when they might still do this, but when Google Voice first launched, you could pick your own phone number, or you could type a word or letters, and it would try to decode it and find the prefix and the area code that had that available. So my actual Google Voice number is my last name, Skifter. You can actually spell it out. I have a area code and then Skifter.
we're all
and that's
gonna
my
be
number.
calling you
Well,
now.
well,
You gotta
hold
figure
on
out
a
the area
second.
code.
Mr. Hunter just learned about my phone number not long ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
My name is some 201 something Elio.
And
Very
the
nice.
Google thing that Skiffy was talking about. So when I picked my phone number for my business, so like all the phone numbers go there. I did it by position on the keypad. Like what's an easy way to move your fingers on the keypad to do it. I'm not gonna say what that is, but it was just like mine was like muscle memory, not words.
Well, when
675-309.
when beepers were a thing, it was really easy for me to get in touch with people because I would just write my name. It was really easy because I can take my name and write it upside down in numbers, so it becomes 0173.
Beeper?
Beepers, remember beepers?
Beeper.
Do you have a pocket
Beepers.
pager?
Pocket
Are you a
pagers.
doctor?
A pocket,
Remember
a
pagers?
pocket pager, you mean?
Remember
You mean a pocket
pagers?
pager?
Remember pagers? Remember beepers?
Are you a doctor?
I am not.
You have a pocket pager.
But I was. But
Tell
I
them
was.
phasers on stun. Good luck.
But I was
Kirk out.
But I was 14 and I wanted to be hip and with it.
Yeah. I
Did
do like
you
that.
also have the Zach Morris phone? I could see you.
I
sporting
did
the
not.
Zach Morris
No,
phone.
I was not a. I was never much of a Saved by the Bell fan.
X Files. He had the X
After my
Files.
time.
No, I had a Twilight Zone poster above my wall. Is what I had.
No, it's so yeah. It's just funny that Star Trek 4, that scene in Star Trek 4, 20 years later, no one would bat an eye at someone's pocket beeping and then someone having a conversation at the table, right?
Sure,
It's just this is like it's more along the lines of, I thought you turned your phone off for this dinner. I thought we weren't going to be interrupted. I told you never to call me here. Vader's on stun. Good luck, Kirk out. Sorry. Never happened again. I put it on silent. I'm sorry.
Let me guess. They don't have money in the 21st century? Well, they don't.
No, we don't. We just have credit cards, and I swipe my phone over the reader. I don't have money.
Energy
Oh my
credits.
God. Panda cracking me up in chat.
Republic credits are no good here.
Republic credits will be fine, Skippy. Credits will be fine.
Oh, waving your hand like some kind of Jedi?
All right, you guys ready?
Yeah.
Gaming. I'm gonna hit the big red button for gaming in 3, 2, 1. This is Elio Gaming Sync 1.
This is Kat. Gaming News Sync 2.
This is Tony, Gaming News Sync 3.
This is Skiffy Gaming News Sync 4.
Well, captains, in gaming news in the Star Trek multiverse that does not include Star Trek Online, here's what we got.
You want me to start?
Please.
Okay. Quote, "Who overcomes by force hath overcome but half his foe." End quote. Of course,
I don't think
you've
you
not
need to-
experienced Milton.
Never mind. Keep going.
Okay.
Sorry.
Of course, you've not experienced Milton until you've read the text in the original Klingon. Brush up on the classic literature of Kronos during Star Trek Timeline's Tovokor Lost skirmish event, running from July 23rd through 27th. Dr. Edward LaForge joins the Timeline's lineup as this event's 5-star ranked reward crew, with high event bonuses coming from the new 5-star Mother Laurel, new 4-star Groom Worf, and returning 4-star Q Jr. as event crew. Huh?
Thanks. There's a bot in the chat room.
Okay.
Oh my God.
And what is a skirmish event without the armies of heaven to command, with the 2-star Klingon Cavort Bird of Prey, 4-star USS Defiant, and the new 5-star IKS Negvar, the Brazen Throat of War, shall never cease to roar. Kapla, everyone!
So I don't know
Oh
how to
my
stop these bots.
I don't know.
You
What
bu-
just
you
happened?
better-
Are we being attacked?
I think it's great that we're popular enough to be attacked by a bot.
Also,
that is. Gee,
This is a milestone.
It is a milestone.
Embrace the bot.
For me! For me! You guys, you
You
should
might
have.
have to
do
go into
people
Twitch.
really want to like become famous so they'd click on that? I mean, yeah, Panda. I don't know if we're being raided. It feels like a raid. Get him!
I don't know how to stop this though. It's coming from.
It's
All right,
coming from inside the chat room.
Sorry, chat. We're gonna have to. Okay, we're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to deal with that after we're done with recording. Sorry, guys.
Do you want to just disconnect Twitch chat? Or is it? It's just from Twitch, right?
It's just from
Oh,
Twitch. Yeah,
Farnsworth, he's a coder. He says you can't stop it. So
Oh, I can't stop it.
Don't.
All right.
Just disconnect Twitch chat so it doesn't show up on the stream.
I guess report each.
Yeah, but then I'll miss things like pandas and stuff.
Oh yeah,
right.
okay.
All right. By now, Star Trek Timeline's players have no doubt been confronted with some kind of in-game pop-up anomaly, asking them to accept publisher Tilting Point's terms of service and privacy policy. On July 17th, Wicked Realms announced the switch from former owner Disruptor Beam's terms, noting that players would have to accept the terms to continue playing. The post acknowledges recent concerns with the game's offer wall feature. The post acknowledges recent concerns with the game's offer wall feature and a review of what advertising partner Iron Source SDK collects when the game is launched on Android. Remember, the offer wall is indefinitely gone from iOS. However, any offers you, the player, accept via the offer wall, quote.
Probably you should say the offer wall will, quote. That's going to make it probably a little nicer.
Oh, I see what happened here. I see. However, any offers you, the player, accept via the offer wall will, quote, take place outside of the game and outside the control of Tilting Point or Iron Source. And you may be requested to share additional information on a voluntary basis to the third party managing that offer. And such information will be subject to that third party's privacy policy. End quote. So, not our circus, not our monkeys, caveat lusor, etc., etc.
Yikes.
Nothing like following up the fine print with a little Latin, because that clears everything right up.
Does anybody remember when we used to
We used
just
to be
buy
explorers.
games and not have to worry about ads? And be explorers.
No, I don't.
That was before, cell phones.
Yeah, mobile gaming, part of its attraction is the fact that they can dig in and find out all kinds of things about you. So yeah, it's why I avoid it like the plague.
But here's what I don't understand about mobile gaming particularly, right? Is that, first, I'm not a heavy mobile gamer. I'm not. This is outside of my wheelhouse. I will admit it. But I don't know. If there's a game or a game title that I am enjoying, I typically end up buying the pro version of it so that I don't have to worry about ads or whatnot. Or in the case of Pokemon Go, which I mentioned last week, I only buy what I need from the store, which, are inventory upgrades or whatnot, things that help the game. But beyond that, I don't feel like I'm giving up much of myself on my phone. I will say this though, as I continue my scholarly endeavors to improve upon my information technology skills and cybersecurity, I put less and less stuff on my phone, man. Less and less stuff. If I don't know a game title, if I don't know a developer, if I don't know what's happening behind the scenes, it is not going on my phone.
As you were talking about that, I realized I have to walk back my statement. No, there have been mobile games I've really enjoyed, but the only time I've actually gone in and done it is when I know the publisher, like you were just saying. Like I spent a lot of time on the Trexels.
Oh, I love Trexels.
Right, because I read up on the publisher and I thought this was an okay thing. It didn't last very long, it's maybe about a month or so. But the Fallout Shelter from Bethesda, that's a game. It's an established gaming company. They licensed out the stuff to another bunch, but I knew that there was like a game company that publishes games behind it. I felt more comfortable if there was a company that wanted to continue publishing titles in the same genre and was worried about public relations and their brand identity, like, don't screw this up, don't drive people off, don't ruin people's lives, or we'll yank our license from you. That makes me feel better, makes me feel more comfortable.
All right.
I think we're done there.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I mean, unless anyone else has more things to say.
Well, while we're on the topic of games and things that we enjoy, Star Trek gaming is, in fact, vast and varied. And we want to spotlight some previously released Star Trek games, whether to celebrate a classic or make a new introduction. We are slingshotting around the sun for our new regular segment titled Retro Trek. Now, here's Anthony with another board game about building your own crew deck. All
Was
right,
Anthony able to record that? Or?
he was not, no. So let's go ahead and sweep out.
Oh, okay. What does that
Who do you want to sweep out?
Cat, please.
That's all we have to cover this week in Star Trek gaming. Now let's open hailing frequencies and see what's incoming.
Everybody hit stop. Wow. All right. So let me log. Twitch doesn't seem to offer much in the realm of blocking this stuff. I don't know how, if anybody has.
I thought there was a way to block anybody that
Farnsworth,
says.
we do have two-step authentication set up.
Yeah, it's not us.
These are other users that are following
this
our
might-
stream.
This is more related to a DDoS. This is more akin to a DDoS than anything else.
That's what it
I
seems like.
thought Twitch had a way to block anybody that says a certain phrase. Like you can put
Let
in
me
a
see.
string of text and say,
I'm
if
gonna-
this is said, automatically hide it from chat.
All right, give me a moment, guys.
I give 2 moments for you and your
Get
gallant
radio,
crew.
please.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Oh,
That hold
I
no.
don't know
Wait, hey,
about all
hey,
that.
hey, hey, hey.
That's above our
Hey,
pay
hey,
grade.
I don't know about
I
all
didn't sign
that.
up for making good radio. You
That's
never
way
told me
above
I
our
had to
pay
do
grade.
that. No. This is I want to see the manager.
Okay,
the man's-
Karen.
Actually, I would be a Kevin in this situation, I think.
Oh, I thought it was Ken. Is it Kevin?
Well, you need 2 syllables. It's very, very important to have the 2 syllables on that. So I don't know if you knew that. But
Yeah.
Did you do something, Elio? Because it. Never
did
mind.
not.
It's back. It's still there.
Nothing fixed it. All right, I'm getting another drink then. I'll be
sounds like a
right
pretty
back.
good plan.
Cat's like, I don't want to make good radio. You're on your own, kids.
No. Yeah, well, I mean, she saw that I was doing such a great job on my own, so she was like, clearly that guy doesn't need any help at all to make really entertaining mouth noises for an indeterminate period of time, while Elio, with some more really inspired eyebrow work, to tell you the truth, because you got the furrowed brows of someone who's working on a complex problem and trying to engineer a solution on the fly, under pressure, in public view.
Under pressure.
Don't worry, it'll be fine. So I'm making good radio and good video there, I hope.
I mean, have we tried embracing the bots? Do we want to be famous? Maybe we want to be famous.
Maybe we want to be famous. Maybe we love
this
the bots.
is just a helpful bot. Yeah.
Say, come
I-
bots,
I
bring
love
all
that-
your friends.
I love that someday in the future, Elio's going to go through the analytics of episodes, and he's going to see our engagement rates were off the roof for this episode. What did we
Episode
do?
470.
We don't remember.
That was like the best show I ever did. It's the best show I ever did.
Did we have a guest? I don't remember us having a guest. Let's pull up the files for 470.
Copy my man. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Copy my man.
Anyone else want to negotiate?
Anyone else want to negotiate?
All right, block hyperlinks, and I've added the phrase "wanna be famous," "wanna become famous." So I don't. Hopefully that'll do something.
So if I type "want to become famous," will I be kicked out?
You might.
I want to try. I kind of want to try that.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't learn the hard way.
Because we don't know if we can get you back. We don't know if we can like unblock you or take that phrase off of probation or whatever. I don't.
Am I beamed out of existence? Will I actually be removed from my home and put in a Twitch?
Very
channel?
likely. That your Amazon Prime account will be suspended. Yeah, you won't be able.
Oh,
to...
that would hurt.
That would be bad. Yeah,
that would hurt a lot.
Let's not take chances. Let's not take chances.
All right, so
My
I've
purchase
I've
history with them
blocked-
goes back to 2006.
I've blocked hyperlinks, and I added the phrase "blah blah 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 blah."
Blah 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 blah. Blah.
All right.
Sorry. Yeah, my mic fell and then the dog started barking. It was drama.
Shaka, when the mic fell.
Story of my life.
Wait. I got to do one. Shock mount, when the mic fell.
Oh.
Ah,
No,
Skiffy.
no. That was a good one.
Tch, mic drop for
Shock
real.
mount.
Oops. All right, ready?
Okay.
You guys ready for feedback?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna hit the big red button for feedback in 3, 2, 1. This is Elio, feedback sync 1.
This is Kat, feedback sync 2.
This is Tony, feedback sync 3, and I see what you did there, sync 1. I liked it. It's good.
Wow. This
You're
is
also
Skiffy,
sync
high
three.
pitched squeal, sync 4.
Feedback in 3, 2, 1. Well, captains, hailing frequencies are now open, and we're ready to receive all of your incoming messages.
Last week, our community question was, now that we have a sense of what type of show Lower Decks might be, what defines Star Trek for you?
From Twitter, Bobby said, Star Trek for me is an ultimately optimistic vision of humans. I'm going to say humanities. I'm going to edit you, Bobby. From Twitter, Bobby said, Star Trek for me is ultimately an optimistic vision of humanity's future. A story where cooperation overcomes competition. It may be hard to see the optimism, war may happen, the story can go to some really dark places, but in the end, that uplifting message always wins out.
Also on Twitter, Duncan Idaho writes in. On Twitter,
That's dumber.
Duncan Idaho went into a long comparison of science fiction versus sci-fi, but did say his definition of Star Trek was set in the Star Trek universe, officially licensed or created under an end-user license agreement.
Like the Foundry used to be.
Oh, I see.
Damn straight, Duncan
Ooh,
Idaho 11.
I missed that
You
one.
know what I'm talking about.
Hey, what was the name of that series that Tony made?
Everybody get your cups ready. Overture.
I every time Duncan Idaho posts a picture of the tardigrade, I kind of want to be with the tardigrade. I want to be hugging the tardigrade a little bit.
Oh my
I
god.
kinda
I
wanna
want
be in one
a
of his
stuffed
pictures.
tardigrade. I want like a hat and a t-shirt. Okay,
I want to
anyway.
be a tardigrade so effing bad.
It's so cute. On Instagram, for Cabezas Lucha writes, it's still that ideal future where humanity finally gets it together and as a species we work together to better ourselves. What Lower Decks reminds us of is that even in the 24th century, a quote, perfect world, you can still have a sense of humor.
You know, look, I know that sometimes I ask questions that seem as though I hate everything. That's not the case. I don't hate the idea of lower decks, not at all whatsoever. I ask questions to hope to inspire discussion amongst at least my fellow hosts here on Priority One podcast. So, like last week's question about what is Star Trek and how does lower decks fit in, it's just to have a discussion. I'm excited about lower decks. I think it's going to be hilarious.
Did you hear how his voice went? I'm excited about Lower Decks. I think it's going to be hilarious. He's trying, guys.
Listen, don't be
trying.
jealous of my falsetto.
You know he's trying too
okay?
hard when his Valley
Don't-
Girl
You know
accent
he's
comes
trying
out.
too hard.
Shut up.
Well, honestly, regardless of whether you legitimately are interested in it or
Or you
whether
just try really hard. You try really
the
hard.
point
Skiffy,
being,
you
if
wanna
we
be famous?
all agree,
Skiffy, you want to be famous? Skiffy, you want to be famous? Skiffy, you want to be famous? Skiffy, you
Where
want
can
to be
I
famous?
go?
Skiffy,
Where
you
can
wanna
I
be
go to be
famous? Skiffy,
famous?
you want to be famous? Skiffy, you want to be famous? Just go to yourfollows.com, 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 yourfollows.com. Dick.
You're gonna
dick,
summon more
dick,
bots.
Dick.
The
You
point
just
I was
called
trying
the
to make,
bots to you.
the point I was trying to make is that this show would be very, very boring if we all just agreed with each other all the time.
Yes.
It would be.
And if we let Elio try to get away with stuff like that.
Swear to God. I'm
Bloopers
gonna-
reel's gonna be great.
Oh, that's going to get cut? Oh, come on now. That's art. You want banter? There's your banter. And from Instagram, friend of the show, Jamal Taylor replied, Trek at its best for me is when we press beyond our frailties and get to seek out things that amaze, terrify, and challenge us on every level. When we can look back at who and what we are now and wonder how we managed to get over ourselves and be more. New worlds, new civilizations, and unlimited possibilities.
On
Cheers for
Facebook,
that.
Kevin Thompson said, I will admit, because it is Trek, that there could be a bit of a cringe factor if they tread on things I might personally find sacred. But I'll have to be the judge for myself for those instances, whether it ruins the whole show for me.
Also from Facebook, Larry Gonzalez said, Star Trek is about exploring ourselves and exploring new ideas, finding new solutions to universal problems by thinking outside the box.
And wrapping up the Facebook commentary, Joseph Howard writes, looks great. I can't wait for an animated, lighthearted Trek. I hope this show converts so many younger people to the Trek fandom. Also, this series stuff in STO, gimme.
You know, there is... headlines have come up periodically about reasons why we all love to watch reruns and rewatch our old shows, like Star Trek, for instance.
Oh, I saw that.
And one of them being that people who are prone to suffer from anxiety will put on a show, whether it's in the background or to go to sleep, because they know what's gonna come next, because they know what to expect, they know what is about to happen, and they'll never be surprised.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I wonder if you were to poll Star Trek fandom, how many people watch Star Trek for that reason? And then the next question will be, when a new episode airs, it is that anxiety of the unknown that causes no, this isn't Star Trek. I will say this, though. Speaking personally, somebody who suffers from anxiety, has taken medication for it, Star Trek, DS9, Voyager, Enterprise, the classic Trek are the ones that I will play in the background or fall asleep to. But I cannot do that with Discovery, and nor can I do that with Picard. Mostly because of the fact that it is not... I think it's a whole bunch of things, and it's probably a whole episode that we can get into on its own, really, what it boils down to. But I think that that's a lot of the apprehension that people might feel, is that not only is it unknown, and we're always apprehensive of the unknown, but Star Trek has kind of always since 1964 to 2004, 5,
Yeah, roughly.
has been roughly the same formula. And now we're throwing chocolate chips and pistachios and Nutella swirls into this mix, and we don't know what's going on.
It's the same reason why Pachelbel's Canon in D is in every pop song ever. It's the same reason why pop songs themselves are 3 to 4 minutes long, with an opening and a first verse and then a second verse, then a chorus, then a bridge, and then repeat this. People like patterns. They like small changes in familiar patterns. And if you get out of that, it can be exciting, but most of the time you're not looking for exciting. Or when you want to expose yourself to something exciting, you go for that. But most people just want something familiar that they can understand what comes next and appreciate the rhythm of it.
In the context of music, it's actually fatiguing to people when you change the format too much.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Because
it takes energy.
It takes energy to process it, and you're used to hearing things a certain way and a certain pattern, and then that's just uprooted. Think of 2020 as a whole. Like, your entire life was uprooted, and it's... I don't know about you guys, but I feel tired just sitting at home sometimes. Like, there's no reason for me to be tired, but I'm tired all the time. It's because my routine and my way of life has been interrupted.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. Like, people live in a time of insecurity, uncertainty. So having something stable helps.
Yep.
I think that might be why we are so excited, at least here in our small circle, about a show like Strange New Worlds. It just seems like it's going to be a good old-fashioned Star Trek adventure show, like that. Just with Christopher Pike and familiar thing, my teddy bear. I can,
and even Lower Decks. I mean, the premise of the show is going to be these guys are ensigns. So as soon as somebody gets promoted to security chief, the show's over. So right. The idea is this is going to be episodic content that's going to have a format. There'll be some episodes that are more serious, some episodes that are more funny, whatever. But the idea is that these characters are going to be kind of stuck in time like The Simpsons for as long as they want to run the show. So that also lends itself to more of the old-fashioned, old-school Star Trek.
Yeah, Z and I were just talking about Strange New Worlds and how we wanted, like, Pike going on an adventure for that episode, where there's a beginning, middle, and end to that episode. And maybe there's, like, a B storyline, but it's not every episode,
Like Jake said, episodic TV with a memory.
With a memory,
yes.
Right.
Yep.
All right, everybody hit stop. MP3. Funk Soul Brother, check it out now. The Funk Soul Brother right about now.
That
Yeah.
is way out of left field. Where did that come from?
But
Funk
it's,
Soul,
I was just gonna say, like,
It's
I've
old
been
and familiar.
listening to my same playlist. I've added some songs to it, but, like, I have the same playlist, and now I've been playing it every day.
You got a rhythm.
Yeah, it's just
some familiar patterns, but there's some changes within the pattern. But you know what those changes might be.
Because you're like, oh, that song's cool. I'm gonna need to listen to that more often.
Right.
Or like, oh, I forgot I really like that song.
All right, you guys ready?
Ready?
Oh wait, no. Wait, hold on.
All right.
So we know what your playlist is consisting of lately.
So I don't know, you may not be able to see it, but I have it off right now. I've got a monitor down there. I am trying to replace a Roku 3 with an Asus stick. I just think that I'll have a better Plex experience on either Windows or an Android TV. But I have a Raspberry Pi 3 B Plus, and you cannot get Kodai. Like, Kodai just doesn't have a decent Netflix add-on. You have to. There's so many hoops and jumps you have to go through. So if anybody's interested in buying a Raspberry Pi, I have two. I have a Raspberry Pi 3 and a 3B and a 3B Plus that are just collecting dust.
Is the B Bluetooth?
Bluetooth. B Plus is Bluetooth. I don't remember if the B has Bluetooth. I think it does. But they got all the accessories. Anyway. All right.
Okay, ready.
I'm going to hit the big red button in 3, 2, 1. This is Elio closing sync 1.
This is Kat closing sync 2.
This is Tony closing sync 3.
This is Skiffy closing sync 4.
Closing in 3, 2. Well, that wraps up episode 470 of Priority One, a Roddenberry Star Trek podcast. But there are more great shows available to you on the Roddenberry Podcast Network. Just visit podcasts.roddenberry.com for a complete list. Then be sure to subscribe to them all and share them with your friends.
But we... Whoops. But we can't forget to send a special thanks to some of our Patreon supporters like David K. Rutley and Peter Archibald.
And here's a reminder of our community question for this week. I feel like we've asked this one before. If you had a choice on who would play Picard, who would it be and why? Yeah.
Captains, it's important to us that you get your voice heard and that you participate in the conversation. Leave us a comment on our website at PriorityOnePodcast.com, on our Facebook page at Facebook.com/PriorityOnePodcast, or find us on Twitter and Instagram at PriorityOnePod.
And if you're still craving more, be sure to spend time with Winters, Anthony, me, plus the rest of the Priority One Armada. Saturday nights, the Armada broadcasts live to review the latest news from the Star Trek... Whoops. I'm just having a great night. Be sure to spend time with Winters, Anthony, me, plus the rest of the Priority One Armada. Saturday nights, the Armada broadcasts live to review the latest news from the Star Trek online community. Oh my god, I did it again. I can't even today.
But you can, and you will. Take 3. Beep, beep.
Saturday nights, the Armada broadcasts live to review the latest news from Star Trek Online and the Armada community, including spotlighting some of our amazing members. With regular giveaways, there's something for all Star Trek Online players, whether you're new or a veteran. Also, we have some really cool events coming up, including Choose Your Pain Night, where we pick our least favorite TFOs to play. Follow us on all our social media accounts for broadcast times, and if you'd like to join the Armada, visit PriorityOneArmada.com.
This episode of Priority One is brought to you by our patrons through Patreon.com. Find out more and add your support at patreon.com/PriorityOnePod. Links, of course, will be in our show notes. Even if you cannot make a financial contribution...
Then turn your head and cough.
Even if you cannot make a financial contribution, please help spread the word about the show and invite your fellow Trekkies. It's your support that keeps us going.
Don't forget to tune in to Priority One Productions' Guard Frequency podcast at guardfrequency.com. Each episode, the Guard will take you inside the host of your favorite space sims, including a tabletop adventure played out by your hosts. And Heroes Rise brings you up to date with the world of Dungeons & Dragons. Learn all about the latest publications, tools, tips, tricks, and traps in less time than it takes to skin a wyvern. Head over to heroesrisepodcast.com to discover their secrets.
Thanks to our audio editors, including Gray, William, Brandon, Rand, Daniel, Roscoe, and Skiffy. Thanks to our producer, Jake Morgan, and associate producer, Shane Hoover, with support from Thomas of the Priority One Armada. Together, they help us organize and write up our summary of the weekly headlines from the Star Trek multiverse. Thanks to our social media manager and retro Trek expert, Anthony Cox. Thanks to our graphic artist, Henry Pomper, with support from Jason Smith of the Priority One Armada. Thanks to the composer of our theme music, Chris Watts. But most importantly, a big thanks to you, the Star Trek community. our listeners, because without your ongoing support, none of this would be possible. Everybody hit stop. So I found this coin that I really like. And what's cool about it
A
is
Liberty
that
dollar?
it's a Liberty dollar, but it's Two-Faith's Liberty dollar.
Oh, it's the Two-Face one. It's from
And-
from
That's
Batman.
cool.
Yeah.
And I got this at one of my first Star Trek conventions. There is usually a guy, at least on the East Coast conventions, that does yo, Jake, we're gonna fight, man. We're gonna fight, bro. We're gonna fight. Anyway, I'm ignoring the trolls in the chat.
I thought it was the bots.
He's a bot troll. Jake's a bot troll. So I got this. This is one vendor that does metalwork, like whatever you call that. And I had always been eyeing this coin that he made, and I was like, yes, I'm gonna get this coin. And I finally got it a few years ago at one of the Star Trek conventions.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm a fan of it.
Do you
It's a
collect
nice
coins,
fidget.
or are you just like that
Nah, I just
He,
like that.
he,
one.
he likes Batman.
I like
and
Batman.
Jake doesn't like Batman.
I like Batman.
What's not to like about Batman?
Well, ask Jake. He'll tell
Jake's
you.
just a hater.
Oh, okay.
Jake will tell
Come
you.
on, Jake.
All right,
Get on board.
captains. Well, that wraps it up for this episode of Priority One on this Tuesday night. We are just about done, and now we're going to go off and record some bonus content for our patrons over at patreon.com. Again, I'm going to put that link in the chat. Man, I always get the link wrong. There's no pod at the end of it. It's just Priority One. But if you're interested in some of those benefits and those bonus episodes, check us out over at patreon.com. It's just $10 a month. That's a few cups of coffee. All right, captains, say goodnight, everybody.
Night,
Good
everybody.
night.
Want to be famous? Want to be famous? Want to be famous?
No.
Command codes verified. Priority 1 message from Starfleet coming in on secured channel.